Hey Seeker, welcome to the Awakening Her podcast. I am so grateful that you've been led here, and I'm excited for you that you're answering the call to manifest more magic in your life by mastering the law of attraction. So cool. My name is Talia, and I'm committed to cutting the fluff and showing you exactly how to manifest more excitement, ease, success, abundance, confidence, love, and anything else you've been craving. So if you're ready to crack the code on manifestation, amplify your intuition, and play in the quantum, we are now besties. Let's do this. Hello, Seeker. Welcome back to the Awakening Her podcast. My name is Talia Joy. Welcome back to this episode. Hello, I love you. How are you? I cannot wait for everything that is going to come out in this episode. Today, we are talking all about money. We are talking about money manifestation, and we are talking about a question I hear a lot, and I've asked myself a lot. I've asked Spirit, how can we feel abundant when we are not abundant? Or how can we embody the feelings of overflowing money and wealth and abundance if that is far from what we are currently experiencing? So if you are listening to this and abundance is for some reason not your worry, you're more than good, you can also apply this to other areas, right? How do I feel healthy when I'm not healthy? How do I feel healed when I'm not healed? I am going through a journey, as I've shared many times before, of healing chronic pain. So how do I feel not in pain when I'm physically in pain? So this is the dichotomy. This is the roundabout. This is the eternal question that we are going to talk about today. How do I embody abundance? How do I feel abundant if I'm not abundant? So welcome. This is what we are getting into today. I'm so excited. And if you are new to the show, hello. I am so grateful that we have connected. You are clearly a seeker who is here for more. On this show, we talk all about manifestation, but I have a certain way about me because I'm a channel, because I'm an intuitive, because I am a translator of the universe. We really dive into how this universe works, and yes, how we can manifest the abundance and the freedom and the health and everything that we desire from a soul-aligned place. So we're growing as a soul, we're moving into purpose, we are on the right path in our own lives, and we are magnetic to miracles. We are manifesting the abundance, the success, the business, achieving all the goals, and that is what I want for you. That is the space I'm holding for you. Let's do this. If you have not already, come find me over on Instagram at Talia Joy Manifestation. There's tons of things in the show notes below, including that Instagram link if you want to just clickety-click at Talia Joy Manifestation. I'm posting reels and stories and all the jazz every day, trying to really help you, activate you, and give you the tools you need to move forward in this manifestation journey. So I am so glad you're here. And hello to all you returning homies, seekers on the path, fellow light workers here on the journey. Basically, what I'm trying to say is if you are a returning listener, hello, my love. Thank you so much for choosing me and allowing me into your journey. I honor it greatly, and I'm really excited about what we're going to talk about today. So welcome. The only thing I have coming up that I wanted to mention is Quantum Leap Your Life. At the time that I'm releasing this, we are starting Healing to Manifest within a couple days, so you might be able to still squeak into that, which is all about unblocking, getting to the root of what has been blocking you in your manifestations, coming back into that confidence and that magnetism and that worthiness, and really having, setting aside time to move forward. So it's going to be powerful. It's a portal, an in and out, 3 weeks, Healing to Manifest. You can check that out. But after that, and most likely when you are listening to this, what is next is Quantum Leap Your Life. And you betcha we are getting into money and abundance. This is another short portal that is all about quantum leaping. And I'm going to get, there's previous episodes all about quantum leaping. I'm not going to share all about that today, but we're talking about really rapidly moving into that next level, collapsing timelines and manifesting quickly. And I'm going to be teaching my rapid embodiment technique, which is, it's brand new in the way it's all come together and the way I've been practicing for the last few months. It is taking all of my work, and really Source has given me this formula to embody it. So if you are like 2 feet in getting ready to become that version and really learn how to alchemize quickly the stuff that comes up, how to embody, really bring it into this physical reality. Quantum Leap Your Life is for you. It will also quantum leap your business, your health, your money. This is what it's about, is truly learning the art of collapsing timelines, because it doesn't have to take a long time. So let's do that. I can't wait to start teaching this technique. I was sharing on Instagram the other day all the screenshots. I don't usually get into my own personal money stuff and sharing, but holy shit, in the last like couple months, it's just like every time I check, whether it's this week compared to last week, or this month compared to last month, this quarter compared to last quarter, I have all these screenshots of like plus 64%, up 120%, up, 12%, 15%, all these crazy, because I've been practicing this technique. And that's just money that I've been attracting at quantum speed, but it's also well-being. It's also my body. It's also my devotion to myself, my confidence, my mood, my mental well-being, all of it. It's all been collapsing timelines and quantum leaping. And it's this rapid embodiment technique that I cannot wait to bring into life, to bring into your life and teach you so that you can have these results. So that is Quantum Leap Your Life. You can check the link below for that as well. And let's just get into today's topic. So I am going to talk about money, and I'm also going to talk about this concept of how do we embody XYZ when we do not have XYZ. So I want to start by saying that I have heard teachers, including like my core teachers, Wayne Dyer, Esther Hicks, Louise Hay. I have heard people, Marianne Williamson, Gabby Bernstein, talk about you have to embody the feelings of what you want, right? Deepak Chopra even talks about this. So however you say it, whether it's like embodying the wish fulfilled or assuming the end result or feeling the feelings, you have heard this so many times. And my job here as a human design reflector, as a mentor, as a seeker, all this stuff is to really decode the way that all this works and get to the meat of it and cut through how to implement this in our everyday life. And I've gone really back and forth of how do I do that? Like I can't. And I even say, don't spend time trying to be a millionaire if you're not a millionaire, to go like, I'm a millionaire. If inside you're going, no, you're not, no, you're not. Truly, if inside of you goes like, no, you're not, the second you say something, it's not always beneficial to just lay harder into that energy. It's more beneficial to incrementally upgrade or to focus on the positive aspects, which I'm going to talk about all this stuff as we go through this. So there is a time and a place when if I'm in a pain day and I'm walking around going, I am pain free, sometimes you're activating the wrong end of the stick. And that's where I kind of want to start talking about it, is that there are two ends of the stick in life. So this is with money, with manifestation, with your desires, with your joy level, whatever. There's the part of you that has it, and there's the part of you that doesn't. There is the end of the stick that you're lighting optimism and faith and good vibes. And then there's the end of the stick that you're, igniting or lighting the lack of and the scarcity and the don't have. So if we're wanting to manifest money, there's two ends. Either you're focusing on the abundant aspects of life or you're focusing on the lack of. And when you're in the lack of, you cannot manifest the abundance of, because those two do not match. So you do have to learn how to feel the feelings of that which you want to create, because you can't create in the wrong playground. If you're at the wrong arena, then the game that you want is not going to be playing. I don't know if that translated very well, but you have to play in the realm, in the energetic realm of what you want. You cannot do it any other way. The law of attraction will only bring you more of who you are being. So there is truth to that. You have to learn how to feel abundant in your current circumstances. And where I am right now on this day and this time, after practicing this rapid embodiment technique and just all of the changes that have been happening recently within myself, I get it even more. I right now can embody overflowing abundance, even when it's been, Christmas and there's payments and there's stuff, and sometimes you're squeezed and sometimes there's unexpected propane bills, or, something needs to be replaced. Like, that's my real life. I have 3 kids. I'm a real ass human on the west coast of Canada in a house with Christmas and all the things. So yes, I'm more abundant than I used to be, but I'm not like outside of the realm of lack and scarcity. Like what I mean is I'm a real person and shit comes up. That's really what I'm trying to say. So I have really learned to have it be that the bill in the mail or the unexpected expense or the lack of money in the bank account actually means nothing. And I'm sitting around dancing around my house, not 24/7, but pretty damn close these days, dancing around my house, feeling abundant, feeling the energy of success and vitality and wealth and flow and well-being, no matter what my physical experience says. And that's the part I'm starting to really understand even more. So let's back up away from money for a second. When you can get to the place that you access well-being and general optimism and general joy, no matter what your external life says or does, that is a pocket of magic. This being said, I feel like I'm constantly saying with my one-on-one clients, that being said, here's a complete contradiction that is also true because that is this life experience. That's why my life's work is decoding this shit because there are so many contradictions that are true. So I say, find your inner joy no matter what life presents you with. And then there's also the truth of sometimes life is heavy. Sometimes we might be, on our cycle or something, big changes happen. We experience loss or we're just tired. It's been a crazy day with the kids or a crazy day at work, or maybe it's a really big emotional upheaval time. There are very real times where we have real stress and triggers and pressures. There is ultimate and unlimited compassion and empathy and understanding from source, and there quote unquote should be from our highest selves for those times. Meaning when we don't feel good, it's okay to just rest. It's okay to just have a day. It's okay to just be like, I'm exhausted and I'm not journaling today and I'm a millionaire. I just don't want any part of it. That's okay. We can powerfully rest and still manifest through it. So what I'm saying is when we can find our inner well-being, no matter what life is presenting us, particularly in the area that we want to change, so in this case, money, if we are going for more abundance, you have to learn how to maintain your own sense of faith and trust and abundance, even when you get an unexpected bill, or it's a rough month, or even you lose your job. Again, I'm not expecting you to be like high vibe all the time when crazy shit happens. But when I can meet whatever it is and even go like, I don't know how I'm going to pay this, but I trust in abundance. I trust in myself. I trust in us. We will figure it out. Whatever this is, I trust there's a way through. That's a more powerful place to be, where you are focused on abundance instead of the lack of. So when I'm talking about these two ends of the stick, if you want more abundance, notice how often your thoughts and emotions are going into the I don't have. And when that happens, we just take a breath. I'm going to teach you powerfully in this Quantum Leap Your Life and in this rapid embodiment, because it's more than what I can just describe in a podcast. But learning how to alchemize it as it comes up, breathe through the trigger, go like, okay, I'm feeling worried. That's okay. I am what I am. I've had, I don't want to fail, or I'm nervous right now. Breathe through it, compassion for myself. And what do I want to focus on? Well, I trust I'll somehow find a way through, or we can find these ways to gently pivot. So we're not getting a bill in the mail or looking at our account that's in the minus and going, it's okay, I'm a millionaire. Then your brain, your subconscious goes, no, you're not. And you actually end up fueling the wrong end of the stick. You end up fueling the I am not, because you're trying to almost force it. So this is the same with me with my body journey. If I'm like, I'm 120 pounds, like right now, I have no interest in having a weight goal or anything like that. To me, that means nothing about health or anything. But if I was like, I'm this, and I'm clearly not, the second I look in the mirror, my brain's like, no, you're not. And so what I've learned is like to feel the well-being in my body, no matter what its size, to feel the wellness, to feel the life force energy, to feel the gratitude for my body, independent of what I think it should be, or what society thinks it should be, or any goal of any kind, just genuine appreciation. And this is where we get into the gold. When you can feel the general energy of something, even when there is an absence of it, you are on the path and or you are manifesting in that moment. So when we look at abundance and money, there are areas of your life where there are abundance. There is abundance. You probably have a car or a phone or a computer or a roof over your head or clothes in your closet or some food in your fridge at least, right? I'm sure you even probably have organic food in your fridge or supplements or, a yoga mat or things that you are doing well, then you are doing better than they say 60 or 70% of the world. If you have a roof over your head and if you don't have to worry about your next meal, they say you're doing better than 70% of people in the world. So we do have an aspect of abundance already available in our experience to see. It's just, can we focus on that rather than the lack of all the time? I wanted to say that if you are a member of On the Path, we are focusing on money this week. So go over there, check out On the Path for the newest episode where we are talking about money manifestation with more in-depth exercises to focus on for this week to start manifesting money quickly. And if you're not a member of On the Path, of course, check the show notes below to check out what that is. So what I recommend starting to do is really starting to notice what you do have. So even if you could only put $20 of gas in your car one day, and I hope you're not in that position, but we all have been there and we all go through that. So even if you could only put in $20 of gas, then you focus on, I can put $20 of gas. I just put in $20 of gas, 20 individual dollars. Picture them all, like either bills where you are or loonies or whatever it is, 20 of them. Wow, okay, that is a focus on plus. And you don't have to move that from like, I am so okay and a millionaire because I put 20 bucks in, just even focusing on the positive aspect. The fact that you put 20 in is better than saying, oh my God, I only have 20. That's not going to get me far. Because who knows, that'll take you a day or two. And then who knows what'll come up. Unexpected abundance could always come up. You could make $100 tomorrow or $5,000 tomorrow. There's a realm of possibility. So for right now, you were able to put 20 bucks in. And I do this when I go grocery shopping. I do this even when I'm like, okay, I only have $100 to spend. And then I go and I'm like, I spent this, look at all this food, even if these days it feels like less, focusing on the positive aspect. Look at this $100 of food I could spend or that I bought. That type of way of thinking focuses on the plus rather than the minus. I could spend, I chose this Starbucks. I got to spend $5 on a coffee or $7. I got to buy this book, or even paying your bills. This is a very powerful mindset shift. You get to pay your bills. And I know it's annoying, but in exchange, you get a roof over your head. You get electricity. I always think of my phone, like I pay $100 or whatever a month. And I go, think of everything I did on my phone. I connected to every single client. I checked my bank account balance. I took pictures of my kids. I emailed family. I texted my dad. I phoned people. I calculated things. I've got apps. I've tracked my cycle. I've tracked the moon, all the things. Yeah, that's worth it. I've listened to music. There's so much I've done on my phone. I have yoga videos I do. Like I actually channel that when I pay my phone bill because it's focusing on the positive aspect. You're choosing to have a phone. You could choose to not have a phone, right? But then you wouldn't have all those luxuries of being able to connect with people and Instagram and whatever else you use it for. So really looking at that positive aspect. So the next place I want to go is with this, there's two ends of the stick. I was sharing in the Ready to Manifest challenge the other day how there's this tale, and I didn't remember the details in this voice memo, and I don't remember them now, but there's some sort of wise man, and he's walking through the desert, and one of his feet are very badly injured, and he's got a long way to walk. And once he gets to his end destination, someone's like, how did you walk so far with a broken foot or with this oozing wound? Like, how did you even make it this far? And he said, in any one moment, there was a foot that wasn't injured. And this is the power. If you're walking with a hurt foot, there is an equal foot that is not hurt. What are you focusing on? And this is where we really want to, notice this fine tune. And anytime resistance comes up, the best thing you can do is learn how to work through this. quantum leap your life. But truly take a deep breath. The trigger came up, allow it to be there. Those thoughts, that anxiety, that lack, that scarcity, that take a deep breath. Okay, there's a part of me that's feeling this. I send myself love. I send myself love. Whatever you need to do to soften it a little bit, to pivot back to the positive aspects. So with money, how do I feel abundant when I'm not abundant? Focusing on what you do have, focusing on what you can pay for, focusing on every discount, every blessing, every gift that comes your way. I love to say this, when I go to the grocery store and my stuff's on sale or something's 2 for 1, I consciously register that as abundance, as a gain in an abundant way. This is good. This is a plus, right? And really noticing, flipping your mindset to notice what you have and to notice in your life what you are able to do. Then, what we also focus on is, instead of focusing on lack and instead of our thoughts being around, how am I going to get out of this? What am I going to do? I need to change this by this date. I want you to take all of that energy and focus it into a prayer or a mantra or whatever your style is. Speak to your highest self, speak to the quantum you in a few months that is completely out of this situation and is in abundance, or speak to God, speak to grandma, speak to your angels, your spirit team. It doesn't matter who you speak to, general source, and just say, I am open to creative possibilities, and say it every day. I am open to creative possibilities for making more money, for being in overflowing abundance. Another thing to add to that prayer, if it suits you, is spirit source, highest self, help me to shift my perspective. Help me to see the abundance in my experience. And if you're a hardcore seeker, really here committed to that next level of life, every day start focusing on it and writing it down. Where did I see abundance today? I saw abundance when I paid, $25 at the grocery store for the groceries and it said approved. I saw abundance when I picked up a nickel on the ground or a dime or whatever. I saw abundance when I got a check from the government, unexpected rebate. I saw abundance when my thing was on sale. Notice it and find it. Like, this is part of the reprogramming. If you're part of On the Path, we talk about this in the reprogramming, like, find the evidence, find the abundance. And if you're in total lack and scarcity and you can't muster that up, pray for this to move through you. Pray for this to be removed off of your heart, for the healing that you need, for the part of you that's holding on to the lack, holding on to the scarcity, to be loved, to be dissolved, to be moved through. Start to go to that higher power if that resonates with you, because this is something that is within your own hands. You can shift from lack to abundance. You can shift from scarcity to more than enough without it just being from money. And a few things I want to say is, I've seen this in clients. This has also happened to me. I've shared this on the show. The time I manifested the most money, there was actually, I shouldn't say that, the most money in one overnight deposit. And this was the best learning experience in the world. I manifested $44,000 seemingly out of nowhere in a lump sum. And the next day, I had almost the most amount of anxiety I've ever had around money. I tend to be pretty chill, but it was like through the roof. And all of a sudden I'm going, well, that's good, but how am I going to manifest? And oh my gosh, and after I paid this and paid my credit card, and oh my God, it's slipping away so fast. And now I only have 40, and now I only have 35. And I wanted to do this and this, but if I do that, then it's going to be gone. And I cannot tell you how anxious I was. And I had this higher moment realization of dude, you have the most amount of money you've ever had in your checkings account, yet you are the most stressed. Money does not take away your problems. Money does not take away your money anxiety. And every time I heard that before that, I went, yeah, right. It's easy for you to say because you have money. You don't know what it's like to get your hydro turned off. You don't know what it's like for the phone to literally turn off because you haven't paid it. That's what I would think to other people while I was sitting there with my phone next door to be being cut off. I was the stress of a credit card would eat away at me. And I'm like, easy for you to say, you can pay off your credit card every month. But the second I manifested a huge amount of money that was huge to me, everything came up, all my worries. And I was like, damn, Jim Carrey said something about, if I had one wish, it would be for everyone to be millionaires so that they could see that money didn't solve their problems. And that is the biggest blessing. If you can get into the loophole early, then you don't have to manifest the money, realize that it made you anxious, and then have to do this healing work and this reprogramming work anyway. So in that, what I'm really trying to say is that the feelings of lack and scarcity are coming from within because of your life experiences, because of what you've been taught by money, the experience you've directly had, maybe with debt, or really living in, paycheck to paycheck, meal to meal. That's very real, and it kind of gets scarred into our nervous system. So I want to validate and say you're not wrong, bad, blocked, or somehow broken for never feeling abundant, never being able to crack into that feeling, therefore always manifesting, being on the line. There's no shame in that. And I know that journey so well. And it still stands to be true that when you can find the plus over the minus, when you can tune into the abundance over the lack of, your money starts to change. And then all of a sudden you notice the blessing and you're like, oh, there's abundance. I'm focusing on the light, right? I got a 50% off, or I found a $20 bill, or someone bought me a gift. Ooh, blessing, cool. And then that creates more momentum. And then we're like, oh my gosh, I have $200 in my bank account. I thought I only had 111, we'll say. Blessing. Where'd that money come from? I don't know. Blessing. Oh my goodness, there's a bonus at work and I think I'm going to get a bonus. Oh my goodness, I got the bonus. Oh my goodness, a friend helped me out with this thing that I thought I had to pay for and then they fixed my car for free. Oh my goodness. And life starts getting better and better as you turn around the energy. So from the place of not abundance, we have to slowly start to pivot our energy, start to focus on the silver lining, the parts of this episode that stuck out for you, the parts that you're like, oh yeah, okay, that feels accessible. That feels more doable than just go out and be a millionaire and go out and be the millionaire energy. And as you incrementally upgrade, as you focus on the fact that you can pay your cell phone instead of that you have to pay your cell phone, as you focus on what you do have, the moment your bill is paid, put a smile on your face, go, I paid my phone for another month. That's abundance. I got to take my kid out for a meal, or I got to go to a yoga class. That's abundance. I got to pay my rent. Woohoo! I got to pay my mortgage, not getting kicked out. That's abundance. I got to buy organic veggies. Today I'm going to buy a fresh pressed juice. Holy crap, that's abundance. Start reprogramming. And then notice how it picks up. Notice the evidence of how you start getting more into your experience. Focus on that, and it becomes this self-fulfilling prophecy of abundance. Meanwhile, as I said, use prayer, use mantra. I am open to possibilities. Please help me to see this differently. Please help to release any scarcity or lack that is in me. In Quantum Leap Your Life, we're actually going to be breaking like karmic ties from way back. So this is where we can start to say any part of me attached to lack or scarcity from any time in any dimension, release that now. And we're going to go through that in that program and really go through a little an energy session around that. But, this is what we start to do. We free ourselves. We get in the driver's seat. If someone told you, if God descended from the sky and said, you have to first assume abundance and then I will give you more than you could ever imagine, and you knew it to be true, would you not like run off and be like, okay, what do I need to do? I found a quarter. Yay, abundance, right? Go through your wallet. I found a penny or a $20 bill. Woo, abundance. Like you would rapidly shift. You'd realize how much you have. If you look around your room and start adding up the value, if you had to sell your shit, you've got abundance, my love. Time to focus on it. Time to focus that you're doing, that you're doing a good job and that you have blessings in your life. You will start to see evidence. It's the law of attraction. There is no other way. There's no way you could be putting out a new energy and not have it come back. Guaranteed. So let that really fuel you. Do this work to really bring in that new energy. And if you want help, I'm your girl. I'm here to break it down, to make it manageable, to help you grow through what you go through, to learn the growth assignments behind these manifestations so you can truly step into abundance and not just manifest one thing once and be anxious and then go back to lack. We really want a lifetime of overflowing abundance. So it starts by assuming that energy now, creating, how do I create abundance internally, that frequency internally, and then you will start to see it manifested. In closing, I want to say that right now the clock just turned to 2:22 and I am signing off, and I love you, and I hope to see you in Quantum Leap Your Life, or of course on the path, both excellent, potent resources to move forward now, because 2024 is your year, my love. It is bombing. Even just the numbers themselves, 2024, all these round, beautiful numbers. Love it. Let's do this together. It's not as hard as you think, and it is so fucking worth it. So excited. Okay, I'll see you in the community. I'll see you on Instagram, and I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. And before we go, I want to ask you a question. Have you grabbed your copy yet of Manifest This Shit? Manifest This Shit is a law of attraction coloring and activity book available on Amazon, and I am so excited about it. It is packed with beautiful, inspiring coloring pages, manifestation practices, tools, places to make notes and lists and write down your intuitive hits. There's so many beautiful pages in there. It's the perfect addition to your daily practice. So whether you use it to pass time instead of being on your phone, or you use it as a creative ritual, this book has pages for everybody. I know you're going to love it. So grab Manifest This Shit on Amazon. The link is below in the show notes.